Hello again. You're watching this video if you missed class or you are needing to make up the notes for October the 6th. That is a Tuesday. Let's get right into it. Yesterday we talked about the French and Indian War. The French and Indian War was all about the Ohio River Valley, that rich, fertile area of land there. The French and the British, they both wanted it, and so they went after it, and they had a big war. And then, of course, you had George Washington. He had a big defeat over there. And yeah, this is just review. I'm going over it super fast. Benjamin Franklin, he wanted a plan of union. So he wanted the colonies to unite. And so he was afraid of them, not being able to, fight against France if they were doing their own thing as colonies. So he was like, let's get together, let's unite. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit bigger, hide that ribbon there. And the biggest thing you really need to know about the French and Indian War, number one, is it was starting on. It started about the Ohio River Valley. Okay, that's number one. Number two is England was going to pay for the war no matter the cost, and they're going to make the colonies pay their fair share. And so they're going to owe a ton of debt. And so when it's all said and done, the war was over after England basically cut off all supplies to the French, and they signed the Treaty of Paris 1763. That is not a date that you absolutely have to remember, but if you can remember that one, that helps out a lot. And then, unfortunately, it looks like my picture is going to be in the way. Let me move me out of the way. You got the Proclamation of 1763. Very important thing. The STAAR test loves to ask about it. And so let me go ahead and kind of explain what that was. So they won the war. As you can see here, this was the land before the war, and this is the land after the war. And all that purple there is English land. So they have the Ohio River Valley here. So the people started to go across. Hey, we won. We fought for 7, 8 years. Let's go across and let's start our farms. But the Indians were still there. The French, they were out, but the Indians were still there, and they of course started to attack the colonists. And so the colonists were like, "Hey, King, let's go to war with the Indians and get rid of them for good." But the King of England, he was hesitant, and what that means was he was like, "I don't think so. We are in a ton of debt right now. We owe a lot of money to a lot of people. I cannot afford another costly war." So basically, he made this proclamation of 1763. Okay, Proclamation of 1763. And basically, what that means is you cannot go west of the Appalachian Mountains. Now, if I'm a colonist and I fought 7 years during this war to only to be told that I can't go over the land that I wanted to go over and start a farm, oh, I'm going to be very, very upset with the king. And if you remember the Proclamation of 1763 in just 5 words, you should be good to go. So anytime you see Proclamation of 1763 on a test, on a quiz, on anything, say these 5 words. Appalachian Proclamation, you can't go west. Okay? Appalachian because it's the mountains they can't cross, and then of course they can't go west. So the colonists are very angry because they can't go west of the Appalachian Mountains. And then, like we said, England is full of debt, and of course, because of that, they're going to start taxing the colonies, and that's going to make the colonies even more upset. They have these things called writs of assistance, basically meaning that you cannot. They're going to be able to search your house because you cannot have any smuggled goods. England was controlling trade from this point on. They were really clamping down, and so this whole thing about salutary neglect, the king leaving them alone, no, that's not happening anymore. The King of England is no longer leaving them alone to govern themselves. He is all up in their business. Okay, so I'm going to show you the note page here. This was from yesterday. This is the part that we started today. Make sure you write this, and then make sure you definitely need to know Appalachian Proclamation can't go west. So don't forget to type that in blue. Okay. So take a picture of that if you need to. And then finally, this one here, you're going to have to answer yourself. Do you agree with what King George III did with the Appalachian Proclamation? Yes or no? And then the rest of this, you can pause and get as well. Turn those notes in tomorrow. You're going to have a quiz. And so make sure you are ready for that. You need to know, number one, the French and Indian War was started over land, the Ohio River Valley. Number two, it caused England to have a huge war debt. And number three, the Appalachian Proclamation. The proclamation of 1763, the King of England said, you cannot go west of the Appalachian Mountains. And of course, that made the colonists very angry. And the debt that the English added up during the war is going to have to be paid for, and they're going to be charging the colonists that. They're going to start getting all up in their business. Salutary neglect is no longer there. It is dead. So that's all you need to know for today. Don't forget to do the warm-up, 10-6 warm-up. Finish these notes, turn them in, and then tomorrow we have a quiz, and there's a thing on your stream that says magazine assignment or whatever. We're gonna worry about that tomorrow on Wednesday the 7th. So don't worry about that today. So we'll see y'all later. Bye.